The NFT phenomenon, the destructive game of capitalism? NFT is simply a digital asset that cannot be replaced. Unlike non-fungible assets such as paper money that we use every day, non-fungible assets are assets that have a unique identity and cannot be shared and exchanged for other similar items. Like a unique cell phone owned by ourselves, an NFT item can only change hands if the owner agrees to be purchased at such a price. The purchaser then obtains proof of ownership, generally in digital form via blockchain technology. Then, what determines the price of an NFT asset? There are at least four important factors. First, is utility or usability. The majority of NFT items are things that a virtual or real-world uses, such as equipment or skins in a video game, and a digital concert ticket, as well as a work of art that can be shown in a private gallery in the real world. Second, the history of the owner and maker. Not infrequently, an NFT asset that has an astronomical price is the former ownership of a big figure, such as the first tweet on Twitter sold by its CEO, Jack Dorsey, which sold for US $2.9 million, as well as the first worldwide code web by Tim Berners-Lee, which was successfully sold as NFT for $5.4 million US. Third, scarcity. In addition to the original works of art and music, which are limited in number because they are according to the creator's creation, program developers involved in the issuance of NFT assets can regulate the limitations of an item that is determined to be a rare item. In addition, they are also able to maintain the scarcity of an item by providing a password for the digital code. An NFT item can maintain its originality even if it is duplicated many times. Fourth, liquidity. High liquidity guarantees a safe price on an NFT asset. NFT's instant trading capabilities result in high liquidity. The NFT marketplace can cater to a wide variety of audiences, from experienced traders to novice players, and this in turn allows greater exposure of the asset to a wider group of buyers. From the four factors above, we can find one important point that reflects NFT as a whole, namely that the price of pure NFT assets really depends on the authority of the NFT technology developer and the demand from its enthusiasts, who currently only consist of a few rich people. This phenomenon became known as the speculative capitalist madness or capitalist speculative madness. The term departs from the fact that NFTs and cryptocurrencies have no value in themselves, but rather their exchange rates are determined based on the highly speculative subjective determinations of both sellers and buyers of NFT goods. In economic activity and money exchange in the real world, payments made in a trade transaction are guaranteed by the existence of a state authority that regulates currency values, such as a central bank. Meanwhile, the value of Bitcoin and digital currency used for NFT asset transactions is not guaranteed by any public authority agency. The economic value of an NFT is really determined by how much someone is willing to pay, and it all depends on the level of confidence people have in recognizing ETH or another digital currency as something that can be considered a currency. Thus, there is always the potential for drastic value reductions if a narrative emerges to distrust NFT. The assumption that NFT relies on capitalist speculation becomes even more complicated when faced with the paradox that has been haunting the economic activity of digital goods, namely, NFT is trying to introduce the concept of scarcity into a domain where an item can be accessed by everyone for free, the Internet. For this reason, the NFT phenomenon forces us to rethink the reasons for owning something in the digital space. This is where a big question arises that probably many people are wondering. Is the sensation of NFT reliable for a long time?